Explainer. What's subsequent for conspiracy theorist Alex Jones? A jury in Austin, Texas, decided on Friday that U.S. conspiracy theorist Alex Jones ought to pay the parents of a baby killed inside the 2012 Sandy Hook bloodbath $45.2 million in punitive damages for falsely claiming the capturing become a hoax, on top of $4.1 million in compensatory damages. Here are a number of the opposite prison-demanding situations Jones and his company now face. Texas, Connecticut lawsuits. Jones faces a separate trial over damages within the same Austin courtroom for defaming the family of any other victim of the Sandy Hook Elementary School mass shooting. His attorney stated Friday that the case is on pause because of his employer's financial problem. Jones is because of stand trial to determine damages in an extraordinary case in Waterbury, Connecticut, after he was observed dependable via default judgment for defaming households of several Sandy Hook sufferers with falsehoods, approximately the taking pictures that killed 20 children and 6 body of workers in Newtown, Connecticut. Jones had known as the taking pictures a hoax via the U.S. authorities, staged the use of disaster actors to serve as a pretext for removing Americans' weapons. He has considering that mentioned that the bloodbath became actual. The Connecticut trial, which were set to start off in September, become placed on preserve after Jones' business enterprise, Free Speech Systems LLC, declared financial problem remaining weak. Jones mentioned at some stage in a Monday broadcast of his InfoWars program that the submitting will help the company remain on the air even as it appeals. Texas bankruptcy in the financial problem case. Sandy Hook parents informed a Houston Decide this week that Jones would possibly preserve to attract cash from Free Speech Systems, the parent organization of his Fairite InfoWars website, whilst using its financial problem case to avoid paying court judgments within the defamation instances. The families have mentioned Jones took $62 million from Free Speech Systems even as burdening it with $65 million in fabricated debt owed to PQPR Holdings, an employer owned by Jones and his parents. They asked the bankruptcy court now not to permit Free Speech Systems to send money to Jones or his organizations until they have an possibility to get to the bottom of InfoWars' budget. Possible perjury charge. A legal professional for the plaintiffs within the Texas trial on Wednesday disclosed that Federico Andino Reynal, an attorney for Jones, had inadvertently dispatched him a report containing 2 years of Jones' textual content messages, along with trial strategy notes and medical data. Jones has maintained that he searched his smartphone for texts about Sandy Hook and by no means determined any. He denied at the witness stand that he had lied, but the disclosure raised the possibility that Jones could be charged with perjury, a criminal offense. Judge Maya Guerra Gamble on Tuesday admonished Jones for no longer being sincere during his testimony when he said he changed into bankrupt and had complied with plaintiffs' requests for facts earlier than the trial. Defense legal professionals in Texas said perjury prosecutions are uncommon, mainly for conduct in a civil case. Attorney repercussions. The Decide in the Connecticut case on Thursday ordered Reynal and some other legal professional for Jones to appear for hearings this month on whether or not they need to face sanctions for the unauthorized release of the plaintiff's scientific facts, seemingly in reference to the disclosure of Jones' statistics in Texas. Reynal did not right away reply to a request for comment on the matter. U.S. Capitol attack fallout. The disclosure may also have implications for the inquiry by means of a U.S. House of Representatives committee into the January 6, 2021, attack on the U.S. Capitol by means of supporters of former President Donald Trump. Mark Bankston, a lawyer for the mother and father in the Texas defamation case, stated in court docket on Thursday that the committee asked him handy over the textual content data he obtained. Jones marched with supporters to the Capitol on the day of the rebel, but has not been charged with any crook wrongdoing in connection with it.